No wonder Dr. Robert Langer is in such a hurry. With more than 300 patents, 500 plus articles, and 12 books to his name, all this and he's only 49, he has no time to slow down. Though he modestly refers to himself as a biomedical engineer, that's a vast understatement from this MIT professor. Langer is a pioneer in a field called tissue engineering, creating synthetic foundations to support the growth of new cells. That means surgeons can use custom-made materials instead of transplanted ones.
For example, in the case of the artificial heart, what people do is they take a lady's girdle. In the case of an artificial blood vessel, they take something you can sew with that you can get from a clothes store. But what we thought would be a much better strategy would be to ask the question what you really want in a medical material from a chemistry and biology and engineering standpoint, and then synthesize them.
It's all about plastics, polymers that combine with the patient's own cells, yielding new skin for burn victims, or new bone, new cartilage, even possibly a new nose. The synthetic polymers form a sort of scaffolding for the living tissue. Since they're biodegradable, they dissolve over time. Almost no one in the scientific community thought this process would work. But Langer and his colleague, Dr. Jay Vacanti, confounded the skeptics.
We're actually now designing and implanting heart valves. And these heart valves are different than what's currently given to patients. These valves are actually made from the cells of the patient themselves, placed on special polymers that eventually disappear, and we end up with a new heart valve that's indistinguishable in most aspects from the original valve that it's replacing.
Dr. Langer also dispelled another belief widely held by scientists. The consensus was that plastics could be used only as a vehicle for the controlled release of small molecules such as steroids.
When we first discovered that you could deliver big molecules like peptides or proteins or even DNA, people really didn't believe it. It took a long time to convince them. But that discovery really changed a lot of things, and now you can use plastics to deliver almost anything. Anti-cancer drugs, growth hormones, many others.
That alone would guarantee Dr. Langer a prominent reputation. But there are also hundreds of brain cancer patients who owe him their lives. He and colleague Dr. Henry Brem developed a novel system to dispense drugs through dissolving plastic wafers that can be implanted directly into the patient's brain, right in the cavity created when a tumor is removed. In this way, the drugs work locally via slow time release at concentrations up to 1,000 times those achieved with normal chemotherapy, while minimizing the often brutal side effects on the rest of the body. With colleague Dr. Joseph Coast, the indefatigable Langer is currently developing another mechanism for drug delivery, a painless, non-invasive injection system using ultrasound technology. This would be particularly useful for diabetics and others who need to medicate themselves on a daily basis.
I think what drives me to invent is I can see the good that inventions can do for people. I think inventions can change many things in the world. It can make people healthier, make people live longer, come up with ways to relieve suffering. And really the satisfaction out of doing some good is what drives me to invent.
Even though he showed an early aptitude for the sciences that began with playful experiments on a home chemistry set, Dr. Langer says he was not a born inventor.
I felt like I was somebody who just worked hard and solved problems, but I said I hoped that as time progressed that I would transform into somebody who would come up with more ideas. Today, I probably think of myself in exactly the opposite way as I would have many years ago. Today, mostly I create things and I invent things.
If no born inventor, he is a born mentor.
How'd your experiment go?
The genial professor is so popular that colleagues joke that many people around the world claim him as their best friend. And he has been recognized repeatedly by his students and peers for his talents as a teacher. Ever the optimist, with 310 patents and still counting, he has this advice for those coming after him.
So many times when you try to do something in science or to try to invent something, people will tell you it's impossible, that it will never work. And I think that's very rarely so. I think if you really believe in yourself, if you really stick to things, that there's very little that's really impossible.